Hey everyone, welcome back to the Kingdom of Luninberg. The year is 1292, and today we are going to be not only expanding the farming industry, but also the canal network. So if you have heart problems, probably best to tune off now because this is going to get intense. So while you watch me start the second canal, let me give you a brief background on this project, but make sure to follow our TikTok and Instagram, where you'll see a lot more world building, a lot more stories about, how the kingdom came about, what's going on right now. I plan to get more in depth with it now that I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. So if you want to learn more about the kingdom itself, definitely go check those out. So this is going to be the first of 5 new industries the king will be focusing on during his reign, with the others including logging, mining, fishing, and shipbuilding. And as you can see, Luninberg is rich with natural resources, so it won't be hard for them to do. But I wanted to just get started on it early because I did want this city to be functional at every point throughout its history. I don't want it to be just for show. I want it to actually be able to support life, I guess, is one way you could put it. So I think now is as good time as any to start on the industries, which is going to be obviously a key component of any city and of course any kingdom. But yeah, as you can see here, I wanted to kind of follow the natural dips of the terrain, but I also wanted to have a small lake somewhere in the middle, so that's where you can see where I started a few seconds ago. But I hope to make it more of an internal port for ferries and other fishing boats and other, people, I guess. But at the same time, as you can kind of see, I wanted to have a small lake somewhere in the middle that I hope will eventually turn into like an internal port for ferries and fishing boats and other stuff like that. Not like shipping or cargo, or well, maybe cargo barges eventually, but nothing huge. So yeah, so you're probably wondering why I'm digging up this entire plot of land on a map that's mostly water to add more. But this canal will also serve a function much like the other one does, where it will provide protection as well as water for the crops that will be on what is now kind of an island, I guess. But I'll talk more about that island in a bit. I loved watching the river fill up after I had carved out the path it was going to take. Normally I just rip a trench through a field and do some smoothing and call it a day, so it was nice to actually watch the water fill up and kind of travel its way through the path I had made. So I thought it would be a good addition to keep it in here because I just like the way it looked. I seen one of those expert reviews movie videos on YouTube where I think it was from Wired or something, I don't know, but with the guy on it was a medieval armament, medieval warfare expert, and he kept talking about trenches and how important they were, and he just kept going on about it, and it was actually really interesting to watch. So that's why you see me use them a lot here, because I figure that far back I don't want to get too elaborate with it, and this would just be a quick, well not quick, but an easy method to kind of keep people out while they focus on building the land behind it. So since the kingdom was expanded by quite a bit, I thought it would be a good idea to build a new city gate. Kind of as a show of strength, but also as kind of a main focal point for people coming into the city, to show them how, I guess, grand it is. I guess would be the best way to put it. I love the way the podium for the gate turned out. I think it turned out really well with the bridge attached. I also ended up using the same wall asset as just about every other video. But to switch things up, I kind of changed the color to make it a bit more like kind of like a sandy color. But I guess my guess is they scrapped out every last pebble from the last quarry, so they kind of had to switch to a new one, and maybe that was a different shade, I don't know. But you will see the original color from time to time, but I did want to switch it up as I still haven't been able to stop using it yet. And so as you can see there now, the gate will also have a large statue of their first king, so that will be the namesake of the current king, King William Alder. But yeah, you can see in the background there are some other assets that I was thinking about using, but then I remembered I still have like 1,000 years left, so I'm gonna take it slow and use these for now, but you will see other styles start to branch out as time goes on. So don't worry, I promise changes will be coming. I should should say before I go any further that I lost a lot of recordings when I was doing this in a few other videos, so if there's parts that magically appear out of nowhere, that's why. I'm still getting organized, I'm still figuring out how to do all this and what my process is and what my system is, so just bear with me if you notice something is missing. It is not because I'm hiding it, it's just because I'm an idiot. So, but hopefully that doesn't happen too much or at all anymore, but I'm sure it will happen at least a few times, but hopefully no more. One thing I'm trying to be more mindful of the longer I work on this city is the method for laying down roads, and by method I mean actually developing one. I kind of just go whichever way I want right now because I'm thinking, oh well, they just did that, but I'm sure they actually had a system for doing it, even if it was basic. So I definitely do want to improve doing that, but as you can see I'm not there yet, but fuck it, I don't care. Speaking of roads, if anyone wants a road named after them, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to name one after you guys. Or if you have something funny you think would be a good road name, I would be more than delighted. Anything really to kind of make it more personalized and get rid of some of the kind of stupid names that come with the game. So any suggestions are greatly appreciated. So anyway, now we're working on the main church for this region, which will be dedicated to all the workers who died while working on the river. I don't know why I laughed while said that. I feel like Claire from Modern Family. But if you want to learn more about that church and this new region and the city, if you're bored online, you can read all about the, I guess, lore of the city. You can just go to our Reddit page. All you have to do is go to the governance and then spirituality section on there, and you'll see all about their made-up religion. Don't praise me, I didn't do it myself. I did it with ChatGPT, but I did edit it and make it more customized to the kingdom and make it more personable and more me and more what I wanted. But I definitely like AI and ChatGPT. You see me use that a lot with this. I think it's a great tool for doing this. Anything else, that's another question. But I'm certainly finding it a big help when building the kingdom and building some of the more tedious aspects I find, but the aspects that I want to have nonetheless. So it's definitely a great tool for that kind of stuff. If you guys, I'm sure you've checked it out by now, but if you haven't, definitely give it a try. It's so cool what it can do. God, I work a 8 to 5 corporate job for a year and I'm already sounding like an old man. Oh, it's so cool what it can do. Jesus. So as the area builds up and you watch me do some detailing, I thought I might get into a bit more of the background of the area itself, because I do think it's going to have bigger plans in the greater history of not only this city, but I guess the entire kingdom as a whole. But you'll learn more about that as time goes on. But yeah, so this area is mostly going to be a rural industrial area for the next century and a half, maybe 2 centuries. Eventually the farms will get pushed to further out as the city expands, but right now I kind of wanted it to be a mix because obviously the city itself is not that big, so there wasn't much else I could do with it. Eventually it'll be all residential with some low industry. I'm thinking eventually this will be the birthplace of like the Republican movement because it's more of a working class area where people, I guess, would be more likely to get discouraged with the system we're living under. Similar to the French Revolution, well, not really similar to, well, kind of similar to the French Revolution. But anyway, we'll talk about that more so in the probably 1800s. But for now, it is mostly going to be an industrial farming community. I had trouble deciding exactly what I wanted to do with this church. I find one issue I'm having as I'm building throughout the years is I want to do a lot right now, but I have to stop myself and, again, to say that I have so much more time left that I can do it, and probably give it more time and dedication to actually focus on certain things. So a lot of the things you see me do now look kind of basic, but it's all for a reason. So yeah, that brings us to the last part of the video where we're building the rural market, which will support the people living here around the kingdom. As the region grows, this market will either expand towards the church or another one will be built. Likely more than one will be built, honestly, and it will, honestly, all of it will happen. If I say something might happen, 9 times out of 10, everything I suggest will happen at some point. But yeah, one of those is going to happen first, and I guess the real mystery is which one will it be? I don't know, and neither do you. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching today. I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate all the nice comments you guys have been leaving. It's really nice to see other people are liking what I've been doing with this. It's so nice to not be yelling into a void. So I definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. And if you're still listening, you are definitely a true supporter. So you are entitled to citizenship of Luninberg. Please find your nearest embassy to claim it. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoy digging canals. So that's mandatory. No questions. Honestly, you're entitled to it now. So don't even ask. But yeah, till next time. Bye.